Hi everyone, we're going to verify sum and difference identities using secant. So basically what we want to do is, we know secant's 1 over cosine, so basically we're going to just rewrite this as 1 over cosine of alpha plus beta. So that's going to equal 1 over cosine of alpha, cosine of beta, minus sine of alpha, sine of beta. Now, oops, let me write it here, sine of beta. Now, anytime you see something like this and it's really not matching up to what you want, what you always want to do in algebraically is look at this. Do you see that -1? So this is the spot for it right here. So what I'm going to do is take each of these pieces and divide by sine of alpha, sine of beta, because that's going to give me a 1. And the more you do this, you'll see that you can kind of mentally see that this is going to work. So I'm going to take my 1 and divide by sine of alpha, sine of beta. I have to divide by each piece, this piece, and this piece. And then all over cosine of alpha, cosine of beta. I'm going to divide it by sine of alpha, sine of beta. And then we have minus sine of alpha, sine of beta, over, we keep dividing by sine of alpha, sine of beta. Now, what we already know that this equals 1. And then let's look at this down here. So this is cotan of alpha, cotan of beta. So right away, we have our denominator, which is cotan of alpha, cotan of beta, minus 1. Now for my numerator, the way they have it is they just have the 1 over this. So you could say this is like 1 over sine of alpha times 1 over sine of beta. We know that 1 over sine is cosecant, so that's going to be cosecant of alpha times cosecant of beta. 1 times 1 is 1. So you just kind of split up the ones there. So this goes on the numerator. So you have cosecant of alpha times cosecant of beta, which is our desired result. It matches up, and we're good to go. Okay, and the next one's very similar, but it's with a minus. So I have 1 over cosine of alpha minus beta. So we're going to write that out. 1 over cosine of alpha, cosine of beta, plus, remember you need to know your formulas here, sine of alpha, sine of beta. Now, do you know what we're going to divide by? You see this 1 here? So we want to make that a 1. So we're going to divide everything by that, cosine of alpha, cosine of beta. So I'm going to go ahead and write this. We have 1 over cosine of alpha, cosine of beta. Okay, divided by cosine of alpha, cosine of beta, plus sine of alpha, sine of beta. And we're going to divide both pieces by that, cosine of alpha, cosine of beta. Now you can do this as long as you do it to each piece. Now, we already know that equals 1. So I'm going to take care of the denominator first. When this all divides out, and that equals 1, plus this is tan of alpha, and this is tan of beta. Now for this, we're going to do like we did in the previous slide. I'm just going to write 1 over cosine of alpha times 1 over cosine of beta, because 1 times 1 is 1. You can kind of split it up that way, and you know that this is secant of alpha and this is secant of beta. So we have secant of alpha times secant a beta. So it all matches up, and we're good to go. The next set we're going to do is sum and difference with multiplying and foiling. Thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.